Well, hello YouTube friends and families, Frank here again with yet another home video. In this video we're going to ride over to the village of Newell, which is being newly constructed. The village of Newell is in close proximity to Sawgrass Grove. It is right off of Mageson Road, which is running southeastern direction towards Orlando. It almost feels like we're going to end up in Orlando. Looks like based on the map it's going to butt up to Highway 470. There's mixed feelings about that, of course, and that's going to be for another video. In this video, though, we're going to take a look at some cottage villas and some veranda homes. Of course, you know, in this area, the new Franklin Recreation Center is almost completed. They've got some new golfing opportunities that have opened up. The new Jubilee pitch and putt has opened up, and a brand new putting course opened up right in close proximity to these neighborhoods. So let's take a look and see what the village is up to. And if you haven't already, guys, please subscribe to the channel. It's important to me. And make sure that you click the like button. Even if you don't like it, click it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day, guys. Well, I decided to get out of the golf cart and walk behind one of these cottage villas. Got to be cottage villas. The villagers advertised it not too long ago in an email. They look very similar to patio villas, but you know, these are wider. I'm sure they got to be bigger. I'm not exactly sure of the square footage, but many of these homes back up to a small retention pond back here, as you can see. Now I'm not on my other camera where I can zoom in and out, so hopefully you can see enough to get the idea. Now if you look over in that direction right there, I'm going to show you my little finger now, but right in there you can see where the Turnpike is. See that semi and all them going right there? And you're looking at that giant power tower right there, the You got that Turnpike, so guess what? You get to look out. You're sitting out here in the back of your lanai, listening to the Turnpike and watching all the big trucks go by. That's going to be rather entertaining. Now, some people like that white noise. You know, if you come from a big major metropolis city and that's the kind of thing that you like and you need that to sleep, well, there you go. Some people just cannot stand all of that racket. They want peace and quiet. So, you know, there's something for everybody and to each their own. But that's the back of these cottage villas right here. I'm going to walk back towards the golf cart. I'm out here on a Sunday, and believe it or not, there are contractors and people working. Everybody out. You wouldn't think that people would be so busy on a Sunday, but I mean, it's amazing what goes on a Sunday. Standing here next to this house, I wanted to point out you got a little system up here. That little contraption is supposed to regulate water usage during the rainy season and determine whether your sprinklers should come on or not, things of that nature. Does it really work? Me personally, I don't think so. Some say it does. I've disabled mine. I don't even use it. Gas hookup, all right in there, and there's your instant water heater, tankless water heater systems for instant heat. And you have to have those because you need the gas in order to have that. So you're gonna have gas cooking. If you're not opposed to vinyl siding homes, these are stick-built framed homes like you would in many other places. This is what I would consider a ranch style looking house. They're cute and quaint. The only problem with vinyl siding homes is, as you know, I apologize if you hear a lot of wind. It's pretty windy today. As in any vinyl siding homes, you're limited to the color choices. So the prettiest colors are going to go the first, the fastest, like this blue and white or gray and white. You know, your prettier colors that the ladies want, those are going to go the fastest. And then it's like the process of elimination too. The best homes get picked over first, and then it dwindles down to the least, if there's such a thing. I'm not going to go into any houses because that is a big no-no with the villages. We can look on the outside. You can get a lot more information from their sales department, but we're not going to go into any homes that the villages own. So that's why we're staying to the outside here, just looking. Well, hello guys. I'm getting ready to head out of this neighborhood in here, but I wanted to just drop in right quick. And I was riding around after I went through these cottage villas. I went down over here to some veranda homes. I think I saw another group down Newell Loop, but the roads are looking pretty rough, and I don't know, I really don't like driving my golf cart through in some areas, but I think one veranda neighborhood pretty much will speak for the other. I may come back maybe next weekend or something like that. Hopefully maybe they'll get the streets cleaned up just a little bit better. I don't like taking the chance of riding over nails and whatnot, because trust me, they'll be out there. So you need to be careful if you're out riding around and like I'm doing in your car or whatnot. You know, if the streets aren't clean enough, just be careful. They drop nails and all kinds of other stuff. But anyway, folks, I'm gonna enjoy this little ride, and I'm gonna come back and check out these other ones here at another tight date. Just to give it a little bit more time to get them. Actually, I'm heading in the wrong direction. I need to go the other way. I also ran up on some Veranda homes here right off of Newell Loop and Nicole Terrace. Newell Loop and Nicole Terrace. They even got some flowers put in. These ones look good, ready to go. Let's take a look at this Veranda neighborhood and see if they've done anything different with this one. They're really nice. They've already been sold. There's that first house right there that's already sold and got their name on it. Wow. Now, as I've mentioned in previous videos, Veranda homes are designer homes, but with privacy fences. People who own their pets, right? If you happen to see a floor plan or a house that looks just like a designer home that's not fenced, it may have a different name, but it's the same floor plan and model. What's amazing to me is just, you know, even on a Sunday where you think it would be quiet and kind of, you know, Alwood is just constant traffic no matter where you're going. It's crazy. I think people just are out exploring and kind of see where they might want to go. Maybe they're not happy with where they're at. 2-car garages. You notice how some golf cart garages are bigger than others? Interesting. But I think that larger one could fit a, you know, be a small car as well as a golf cart. And I take it this neighborhood has been open for a little while. The streets are much cleaner, much more established, you know, ready to go. Homes, like I say, are already being sold. I haven't really noticed anybody has moved in yet. But once people buy out here, which I think a lot of people buy in here and pay cash money. And so bam, as soon as they bought the house and the deal's done, they are moving straight in. And you got plenty of these houses that are just butted up right next to the Turnpike. I don't know. I couldn't do it. Can't do it. There's looking down the street. I do like Veranda neighborhoods. Very nice.
But you know, it's the same as the rest of them, just you got the privacy fence. And here's a home right here that's sold. Welcome home, Linda. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think some of these houses got slightly different designs up on top there. I think they're doing something a little different than what they've done in some of the other homes. You know, the builders, they do try to do little differences and variations and whatever. And that's all well and good, but they all still look pretty much alike. You'll notice in some homes, one model will be from left to right, and then they flip it from right to left. You know, just to give it a different look, but it's the same house. The home that's pending. Now all I'm doing, I'm just riding from the outer perimeter up and down the street. Here's one that's sold, and I'll flip around and ride in the inner. This one's sold. That beautiful house right here is pending. Welcome home. Sold. Pending. So this is just kind of proof that a lot of folks just don't care as to how close they live next to that turnpike, all that racket, that giant dirt berm that's behind there. This one's sold. This one's sold. People are just want to buy in the villages regardless of where it is. They don't care how much it is either. I'm gonna flip back around and catch the other side of these houses where I didn't catch them here in a second. Here's the inside of this neighborhood, or this section of houses where I didn't get. Many of these neighborhoods are shaped with a big horseshoe kind of design with an island in the center. I mean, verandas are very nice houses. Now I got big garages and driveways. I mean, you got a lot of room. Wider streets too than you get in, say, courtyard and patio villas. Looks like the streets are a little bit wider. You know, as in stucco built houses, they're more structurally sound than, say, you know, your standard home, for obvious reasons. A lot of people feel comfortable with that, especially during hurricanes or something. But you're also going to pay a lot more money for a veranda home or courtyard villas and designer homes. You know, to live in the villages, it is quite expensive. You know, I'm not going to lie to you. So if money's not an object and you really don't care about that kind of thing, we're coming down Allen Avenue now. Once I ride through here, it'll pretty much take care of this neighborhood. Yeah, there's some variations of homes in here compared to some of the other veranda homes that I've seen in previous villages, in other village neighborhoods. So if you got $400,000 or $500,000 you want to drop on a house, hey, you might want to take a look at some of these. Give them a call. Because if you don't buy it, somebody else will. That's guaranteed. If a veranda home in a neighborhood it seems to be a little bit larger for you, look into courtyard villas. That's the next best thing down from that, in my opinion. I'm not sure what these are going to be called, but these were off of Newell Terrace, so that might be an indicator as to what these verandas might be called, or it could be just the verandas of the village of Newell, something like that. While I'm here at the Veranda neighborhood, I wanted to walk in the back of one of these houses that are still empty and just give you a quick idea as to how it looks in the backyard of a veranda home. And you can see the small little, at least it does in this neighborhood. I'm not saying that they are all like this, but in this particular neighborhood it is. You got your lanai, just a small strip of grass, and you've got this thin fence right here. I guess that's aluminum, I'm assuming. It's decorative. Gives you a chance to look out there and look at this murky water. It looks rather awful at the moment, but I think as the water levels improve and over time, if they fix the sod and the grass, it will get nicer over time. Right now it's still in its early stages, and it just hasn't been, you know, completely done up right now. So, but that's going to be the view of your backyard in this particular veranda neighborhood. Just very small little backyard. I think the views back here should be pretty good. And I'm going to try to be quiet here for a second and see if you can't hear that turnpike noise, except for my feet crunching. You might not be able to hear it from the wind. Oh, where the camera's facing, that's the direction of the turnpike. So I'm not sure if that's picking up on the mic or not. I'm gonna get a better mic attachment. But from where I'm standing, it's pretty loud. But you know, for some people that's not a problem. Me personally, I would not enjoy having to come outside, relax, and have to listen to a lot of hard traffic, especially if you hear some of these semis going down the road and they breaking down really hard and they throw on their Jake brakes, and all you hear is that kind of thing. It gets loud. I'm sure everybody's heard that. But it is a very pretty day. It's always another beautiful day in the Villages. Well, that was quick. You know what? I'm gonna ride this little Mickeylee loop, heading back out onto Megasin Road. I'm gonna show you a little bit on what's on the right side of this loop right here. All that out there, you know, on one side is a regular neighborhood, and on the right side you're gonna have the Florida Turnpike and this weird looking tower. But let's check this out for just a moment as I'm heading on out back on the Megasin Road. This whole side right here is going to be verandas. How do you know? Because you're going to see the fence off the backyard. And they're going to face Mount Everest right here. Another large area. They got these pretty big, pretty rocks, but you got this huge berm right here. That's looking out the front door of this particular house right here. Everybody's carting around here. Now that's kind of a pretty view of the street in a way it curves around. But then you got that tower. Now just take a listen. Now mind you, this is off of Mickeylee Loop in the village of Newell area here. Right next door to the Turnpike. And you don't see the Turnpike because of this massive dirt barrier that they put up here. I say they, perhaps the electrical company has done this. So let's listen for a minute and see how bad you hear this Turnpike or not. That's your view. That's what you're going to listen to. That street, by the way, curves all the way around to a pitch and putt. I think. Or is that behind me? Oh, you know what? It's back here. Let's walk back here right quick. As I mentioned, how do I know these are veranda homes? You can see where the fence is going to go at right here. So there's the back of the house. And you're going to get to be overlooking the golf course. See, there's the back of that house. And that's your view right here. Beautiful lake back in there. You got your little bridge that you're going to walk across. Off in the distance out there is another retention pond area, lake. It's very nice, but there's a lot of people here already, I'm seeing. Now let's go ahead and take a little area view of the new pitch and putt, the Jubilee pitch and putt, and the new putting course that opened up right behind and around the newly built Franklin Recreation Center in the village of Newell. I'm going to continue riding down Mickeylee Loop here, looking at these verandas. I'm gonna flip back around. Oh, walk in between these houses so we could take a look at what these houses are going to be looking at when they get done. And these people are like right up against the course. Pretty view. Really going to be nice. Of course, you know, you're going to have walls right here. These people are going to have a outside little sitting area for chairs and grill, what have you. But these homes are going to be overlooking out, and they're going to be overlooking all this whole golf course out here. If you look and notice that green, how green the grass is right there compared to the rest of it. Again, people are looking, but here, I don't know how you would want to be sitting here and have golf balls from right here come flying into your house. That'd be kind of a question thing right here too. But in this little section, you're not going to be doing a bunch of hard swinging. It's very slopey and hilly. It looks really nice. I'm going to have to just get out here and try it one day. And I'm not sure what the price point is that will be on these particular neighborhoods. And see, that's coming right off of Megason Road right there. Now I know I don't need to mention, well, maybe I do. Just couldn't help it. We are coming off this Mickeylee Loop and Megason Road. And if you'll notice right here, that path with those two bars right here, you got them on both sides. This path right here is no golf carts. You're not supposed to have golf carts on that. These are a bicycle walking lane right here. Now, some neighborhoods that we have, that is the golf cart path, but not on this one. Those two bars indicate no golf carts. So people, please don't take your golf cart on where it doesn't belong. And that's mainly because people get hurt.